Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, this is another video, and this is a different video. Why are you making faces? This is a different video. This is a sit down. And okay, wait. Let me welcome you guys properly. To the returning subbies, welcome back. To people who are watching for the first time, the vibes of this channel is subscribing, liking, and commenting. But I feel like this sit down will have a lot of comments. Both Musa and I are available to answer your comments about what we're going to be speaking about. Now that I've welcomed everyone, so I have Musa here. He's joining us. He's my first guest.
Oh, so happy to be the first guest on here.
Yes, he's my first guest. Musa, tell us about yourself. You are Musa who? If you don't mind, you can give us your social media handles. Okay. Tell us about yourself, and we'll take it from there. If you don't mind.
Guys, thanks for having me here. So my name is Musa. Musa Marvin Maringa. So you go to Facebook, you search for Musa Marvin Maringa, you're gonna find me there. You can send me a friend request, I don't mind. Okay, and then on Instagram, if you put in Musa_Maringa for how it sounds, okay, then you're gonna find me on Instagram as well. At Twitter, that's at only_M_cube. So my other name is M-Cube. I also make music, by the way. You didn't know that, right?
You mentioned it on WhatsApp. Yeah. You mentioned it, and I was like,
so guys, just go search my music on Spotify, iTunes, you name it. Even YouTube. Just search for M_Cube. And you're going to find a lot of my refreshing gems on there.
So what type of music is it?
That's deep house.
Deep house?
Yeah.
So it's just house? No vocals?
Well, here and there, but deep house, you know, is for people who love listening to the instrumentals.
Instrumental.
Yeah. Oh. So that's what it is. So, yeah. So if you love deep house, Afro house, you can just go on there. So, in a nutshell, you want to know what I do? They want to know what I don't think they do.
Not your profession. Not your profession.
Okay.
But I know that we have the same goal in terms of influencing.
Of course.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're not an aspirant influencer, but you do want to be an influence.
Yeah. Exactly. That really explains.
So I know earlier on I was like, Musa, aren't you a motivational speaker? And you were like, no. There's a difference. So I know that he is a motivational speaker. He is a public speaker. He'll tell us what the difference is.
Yeah.
Because I know it as motivational speaker.
Yeah.
And I know that you have aspirations to write a book.
Yeah.
In the process of writing a book.
Of course.
So you're a writer as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're a musician.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can let us know in terms of the creative space. Yes, that's the word. The creative space. What do you do?
Yeah. So all in all, I'm a creative in general. I make music. You already mentioned it, right? Writing, even drawing, visual arts. I'm into that as well. Public speaking for sure. That's what it is. Motivational speaking. Okay, I'll call it motivational speaking for argument's sake. Okay, motivational speaking, but for the most part, I prefer calling myself a relationship expert, or I would say an inspiring one.
No, he really is, because listen. He really is, guys. Umusa, he waited for me to look pretty.
Oh, yeah, I did.
He patiently waited for me to look pretty for you guys. And we have just been watching Matthew Hussey interviews.
Yeah.
Matthew Hussey is a relationship expert.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's all he's been playing. He got here and I was playing Amapiano. I mean, what are you doing on a Saturday if you're not playing Amapiano?
Play deep house instead.
No. Yo, kill me. Kill me rather.
I guess Amapiano wins for you.
Yeah. I was playing Amapiano. Musa changed.
Yeah.
And he's been playing Matthew Hussey the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love
that
Matthew
is a
Hussey.
space that he occupies as
Exactly. Your Jay Shetty, your Matthew Hussey. Even on the spiritual side as well, you know, your Gregory Decor. I listen to a lot of that. Your Creflo Dollar, your TD Jakes, your Steven Fatik. So I just listen to everyone that's amazing. Everyone that's putting out some wisdom. I always listen to learn, because you can't teach if you don't learn, right?
We don't know those.
Exactly. So if you're not a good learner, you won't be a good teacher. So yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Yeah, in a nutshell. I won't go deep, guys. This is enough.
Okay, guys, so let's get into the sit down.
Yep.
There's a couple of topics that I wanted to cover, and I've discussed them with Musa. I want to talk about COVID.
Yeah.
COVID is a very, well, it's a big topic now, obviously, because it's the life that we have now become accustomed to.
Yeah.
Musa, COVID as well as the vaccine. That's what I want to talk about.
Amazing. I think it's necessary for us to talk about it. Like you said, it's we're living with COVID now on a
Yes.
day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
I think anyone who denied that COVID exists would really be denying something that is very apparent, because now we know that it's there, and we know that it kills, and we know all those details. But we still need to talk about it, because it seems it does not only affect our health, right, and many other areas that this COVID that it affects. So we really
affected the whole world,
Yeah.
our whole lives,
Yeah.
work, school,
relationships as well.
relationships.
Because some want you to be vaccinated before you go out on a date. Haven't you heard about that?
Nah, I mean, when I was still on Hinge, I'm
Yeah.
not on Hinge anymore, guys.
She's not.
But when
She's not.
when I was still on Hinge,
Yeah.
there was an option to say if you were vaccinated or not. But the dates that I went to from Hinge, no one asked me if I was vaccinated or not.
Well, on my side,
Hey, amantombazana.
someone has asked me, "Are you vaccinated?" And I said no, and they were like, "No. The date is cancelled."
That person black?
Yeah, a black person.
A black girl?
A dark-skinned person, I'm telling you.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so so that's what it was. And yeah, so it really is affecting a lot about our lives, you know, not just our immediate health, but you know, everything else, including mental health, you know, emotional health.
Emotional health.
Yeah, a lot of things. So it's worth discussing, it's worth talking about.
Because now we found ourselves working from home.
Yeah.
And working from home, guys. I do it on and off because we are sometimes called into the office, and when the numbers increase, we are asked to work from home. It's hard, Musa.
I know.
It's hard.
I know what you're talking about.
It's hard waking up. I live alone. It's hard waking up. Ne? You are alone. Yeah, you go on your laptop, answer emails, take calls most of the time.
It's hard waking up to do what? To go to work or to work from home?
No, it's working from home is very. I was speaking to my sister about this. Working from home is very beneficial for your personal life.
Yeah.
In terms of things that you need to do.
Yeah.
That you would normally not be able to do because you are in the office
Yes.
from 9 to 5. It's very beneficial because in between you can go somewhere, you know,
Yeah.
go to the mall, run your errands, and you don't have to put your errands off for a Saturday morning. However, socially, mentally,
It is very draining mentally and socially. That's for sure. That's for sure. Because I, for one, with working from home, so when I used to work for a certain company, right? They always had working from home. So I didn't start hearing of working from home the time COVID came through.
oh,
Yeah, I always knew that there was something called working from home. We used to request it from time to time, you know.
okay.
So you could work from home if you had an emergency, or if you had to run some serious errands, you could ask to work from home. Yeah, so in the IT space in general, working from home has been in existence for the longest time. Although companies were not really keen to allow people to work from home, but it has been there for the longest time. So I guess what makes it difficult now in this COVID situation is that the world in general is more antisocial now.
Yes.
So you cough a bit and people look at you funny and they want, they're asking you where's your mask and all that. Yeah, so now the world is more antisocial, and then there's working from home as well. That makes it even more difficult, so there's not as many people as you'd find in malls now who are willing to socialize like you would back in the day. Things have changed, the rules have changed, the social rules have changed. Yeah,
the social rules have changed.
Yeah, so
and in my experience, being
Yeah.
a single woman who lives alone,
yeah,
having some human interaction
yeah,
goes a long way. So I find myself when I'm working from home on a Friday afternoon,
yeah,
I feel suffocated by my own house. I need to go out. I need to breathe in new air. I need to have a conversation with another human being, a
Yeah.
physical conversation with
Yeah.
someone. Yeah, so it those are the type of struggles that you face. However, those are the mild struggles that we have faced because of COVID.
Yep.
But before we go on to other struggles, let's talk about the vaccine. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone.
Because before you go into the vaccine, I'm actually thinking now you have metaverse coming through. I don't know if you've heard about it.
What's
Visualizing metaverse is this new technology that Mark Zuckerberg is bringing through. So,
Okay.
online shopping, as you know, it is going to change. So basically, now you're going to go into this virtual space where you'll be able to do online shopping right in your room. So, to be frank, the world is becoming more antisocial.
No, it can't be. For my sake,
Well,
for my mental stake,
yeah. So a lot is still going to change, guys.
it can be.
And COVID-19 was the introduction. So
No,
let's hope your dream comes true.
no, no, it can be.
But
No, it can be.
so online dating now, you go into an app and then you wear these VCR whatnot, and then you'll be like swiping through on an actual 3D picture of a person. Yeah. So now, no more. What do they call it? No more catfishing anymore. Okay. We'll see all of you now on metaverse. So yeah.
Online dating.
So you think metaverse won't improve it? At least you won't get to be catfished.
Listen, hey.
Okay, let's not go into Mjola first. Let's finish on the vaccine.
Especially online dating.
Yeah, I think Mjola is
That's all
more
I
of a
have to
pandemic
say.
than COVID-19, guys. Because right now we are talking about the actual pandemic, and she's like, no, Mjola is more of a pandemic, and I can feel us veering
me.
into that direction. So
No, oh my gosh.
yeah, so
Okay, the vaccine.
yeah,
Talk to me, because okay, let me. I have not done any research
on the vaccine.
on the vaccine or COVID.
Yeah.
I know what we have been told. I know what has been going around on social media.
Yep.
I'm not vaccinated, and I am giholwa by the spirit.
Yeah.
Stop.
Hallelujah.
Listen, guys, I have no apparent reason. Honestly, I don't want to lie and be here, this, that. It's a conspiracy theory. No. There is COVID. I know.
Yes.
I've lost 3 family members from COVID. I
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
I have cousins who do not have mothers anymore because of COVID. I know it exists. I know what it does to the human body. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I have not vaccinated because there is something that just says, wait.
Just wait a bit.
Just wait.
Yeah.
I had decided to vaccinate a month ago. That was the last time I was home. And my mom wants me to vaccinate. Like, hey, it's
Get vaccinated
it's
when?
a topic, And I finally was like, okay, Mama, next week when I leave, I'm going.
Yeah.
Something still said, just wait. Wait.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It's a voice inside of me. I believe.
The spirit.
I honestly, I believe God is talking to me.
Yeah.
And God is talking to me to say, just wait.
Yeah. So
I know
my
Musa
opinion,
is more knowledgeable in the COVID discussion.
Yeah.
So talk to us. Educate us.
Okay. Well, vaccines work. That's what you should know. Vaccines work. I think now it's the world has been using vaccines. I'm sure for almost 50 years now. So historically, you have the traditional vaccines. Please mark that word: traditional vaccines, right? Like you have for measles, like you have for polio. I don't know if they're still using the polio vaccine now. Because
I think they
polio.
are.
Yeah. So you did have like these different vaccines for
We
chicken
wouldn't
pox
know.
and
We
stuff.
wouldn't have kids.
Exactly. So yeah, you had all these traditional vaccines, which they have developed, and honestly, they have worked for the world. They have achieved herd immunity. That's what we mean when we say a vaccine has worked. We mean the whole world is almost immune to that particular disease that was being vaccinated against, right? But now with COVID, the problem is with the vaccine that they're making, it is not a traditional vaccine per se, right? So the ingredients of these let me call them these vaccines that they're making for COVID-19 are not the ones or similar to the ones in traditional vaccines. So they are using a technology they call mRNA, okay, or what is called messenger ribosome nucleic acid, right? So they use the technology. They are using the technology for the recent vaccines. So so that vaccine was developed. I think they were trying to develop a vaccine for HIV.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were trying to develop a vaccine for HIV when they then decided that they were going to use mRNA technology to develop one for HIV, which they haven't even now. So when COVID came through, I don't know, but I think they leveraged the opportunity and then they're like, okay, let's create one using the same technology for COVID-19. Now there are a few problems with that type of vaccine. The one problem that I have with it, honestly, is the fact that the mRNA technology, I think it's been not more than 20 years old. It's quite recent, and there's a technology called CRISPR. So CRISPR is CRISPR. If you go search it online, just go search for something called gene editing, right? So they use the same technology or mRNA technology for gene editing. I won't go into the scientific details on how they do it. So you can go and do your further research on it. So the problem that I have with the vaccine now is, for me, it does not qualify to be called a vaccine yet, honestly, because there is not even sufficient experimentation, or there wasn't even sufficient experimentation with this mRNA vaccine to actually qualify it to be used on humans. So it's a problem because that means you do not really know the side effects, the long-term side effects. Because it's one thing to take paracetamol today and you do not have immediate side effects, but that does not mean there are no long-term side effects for it. It's more like taking an antibiotic like what do they call it again? You have like this amoxicillin, sort of like all these antibiotics that the medical field has. You take that antibiotic, what it does is it wipes out probiotics from your gut. Yeah, but that happens over time. So if you can take it once, nothing may seem to happen. You can take it over a period of a year, nothing may seem to happen. But 2 years down the line, you'll start having stomach issues and all that. Even developing ulcers, Yeah, but these are things that are not widely discussed by in the medical, should I call it the medical field? These are things that are not, the general or the average person is not made aware of. You have to make your own research. Okay, so that's the problem with the vaccine is the technology that they're using is quite recent, and it has not been used before. So that means you can't really know the side effects of the vaccine in the long run, and that is just facts. Yeah. So, and there are many other things too. Like, for example, those who are South African citizens, I'm sure you've noticed that South Africa took some time to get the Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah.
Right? There were issues around it. They were saying how the ones that were brought through had issues, blah, 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 procurement issues and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you would have followed the story attentively, what was happening was that the contract that Pfizer wanted to sign with South Africa wanted South Africa to give up certain things which the country was not willing to give up. Sovereign property, for example. Okay, so if something happens and there are some fees that South Africa has to pay that it can't afford to pay, maybe some legal fees in the future, which has to do with the vaccine, then Pfizer was saying, not a problem, we'll use your, what do you call them, your sovereign property as bait to pay for the debt. So sovereign property means your Mandela Bridge, it means your military base, it means all these things that belong to the country and not to an individual. That's sovereign property. So that's why they delayed, but that's not, that's just a small part of it. But the other part of it in the contract was that Pfizer wanted to be indemnified of all the possible injuries that may happen to. I'm sure a lot of us know that, right? Yeah, they wanted.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they wanted indemnification. They were saying, if something happens to a citizen because of the vaccine, we as Pfizer are not going to be liable, and we want to be indemnified. Which makes no sense, right?
Makes no sense.
Yeah, because if they want to be indemnified, and then this is therapy, okay? This is actually a remedy or a medicine that they created. Exactly. So how is it that they don't trust their own?
That they are selling to us.
Exactly. So that doesn't make sense. Okay. So, and then there's this contract. You can go on Google to search it up for yourself. Between Pfizer, BioNTech, and the country of Albania. I think in the Dominican Republic as well. So there's a clause there that says that whoever buys the vaccine acknowledges that the long-term effects are not known, and that as the vaccine is being administered, it's being continually studied and learned. That means it's basically an experiment.
It is.
Yeah, so those are some of the problems that I have with the vaccine. There are no legal guarantees of that if you take it, you'll be protected by law. There's no protection on your side, and that's a problem. That's both a legal problem and a health problem. So that's a problem. But of course, COVID exists. We don't deny that. That's a fact. It can be lethal with certain individuals. Just like any disease, to be frank. Yeah, because let's be honest, if your immune system is vulnerable and it's compromised, even flu can kill you. That's the truth. You see it with people who suffer from the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, right? Like once the immune system weakens and they are attacked by flu, then we call it AIDS, acquired immune deficiency syndrome, right? But that's because of a weakened immune system. So it's really about so if you look at it, AIDS is a result of a weakened immune system. And AIDS is a state where the human body is attacked by various diseases because of vulnerability, immunovulnerability. Yeah, so it's the same thing with COVID-19. It's the same thing with, once your immune system is vulnerable, almost any disease can attack you and it can kill you. So,
okay, so Musa,
yeah,
are you vaccinated?
Am I allowed to disclose that here?
Do you want to?
The law does not allow me. I'm joking.
Do you want to?
I am not vaccinated for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, the reasons I've mentioned. That's why.
Mentioned.
Yeah, that's why I'm not vaccinated, guys. That's why.
So what do you advocate for?
I'm pro health. So that means I want to see people healthy. So if the vaccine had guarantees of that people would be healthy after taking it for almost all their lives, let me just say almost, because maybe some other things may cause other health problems.
Yes.
But if the vaccine guaranteed that, if Pfizer guaranteed that, if Moderna guaranteed that, if J&J guaranteed that, then of course I'd advocate for everyone to go take the vaccine. But there are no guarantees, guys. And because there are no guarantees, then I can't advocate for the vaccine. I can only say I'm pro-health, and I can only say do your research, okay? And this is part of your research, of course, But do more research and find out what this thing is about, and uh, and make sound health decisions. Yeah, make sound health decisions. You know, if you're taking the vaccine, make sure you know what's in it for you. You know, make sure you know the repercussions, the possible repercussions. Make sure you know what these people that created these vaccines are saying against the laws of your country and against all of these things. It's important for you, you know. The most disturbing part for me, in the contract that I read between, because it's online now, you can find it online, between Albania and Pfizer, is that there is actually a clause where the government or whomever is buying the vaccine, and that's the government in this, in this context, they've actually said that whoever buys it must protect Pfizer. You know, if there is any, I mean, if someone sues the government for some repercussion that happens on their body, that contract actually says that Pfizer must actually, I mean, not Pfizer, the
So
state.
the government pays for Pfizer's legal fees.
Yeah. And basically, what happens is now, if something happens to a citizen, the government has the responsibility to protect Pfizer from any legal repercussions. Okay? So, this may explain why we are not hearing a lot of truth from these governments, you know? Because a lot of what you hear is it's safe, but then what? Any proof of that? Pfizer said it's safe. You know, there's really nothing along those lines. You just told it's safe by the Department of Health, and it really ends there. And it's more like a coercion where you're told to do something, but you're never really given facts as why you should do it. Yeah, you know.
Basically.
Yeah, and no guarantees on your side. Like, there's really no guarantees on your side, you know, of that you legally protected from any adverse effects, you know.
Okay.
And, yeah.
All right.
It's a problem.
Yay, COVID.
Yeah, so it's a problem, guys, and you know, I try to say as much as I can in a very short space of time, right? Yeah, but it's a lot of information.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on, because COVID is a very, very touchy subject for me.
Yeah, it is.
And
it obviously is, and
not
yeah,
the scientific part of COVID, but the aftermath of COVID.
I think that's the problem, you know, and the problem with it is the politicizing of the whole thing, right? Because now you no longer have facts. You no longer have scientific facts as why certain things are being done. You just have these political standings that countries are taking, right? Like, okay, we need to lock down people, but then the countries that aren't locked down, or the countries that weren't locked down, were having the same result as countries which were. So there's no scientific, you know, it's just politicizing of this whole thingy, you know.
Conspiracy theories.
And it's a problem. Yeah.
Okay, Musa, you touched on, I feel like, no, let's not go into HIV, because I feel like we've the Musa the scientist came out.
Yeah.
And if we
Musa
go into
the
HIV,
Albert Einstein.
oh, Albert Einstein has come out, and I
Yeah.
feel like if we go into the topic of HIV, like we discussed, we're going to the topic of HIV. But maybe let me redirect you the topic of HIV in terms of would you date an HIV positive woman?
Would I date an HIV positive
Positive
woman? Emphatically, yes.
Okay.
Emphatically, yes. There's no reason in 2022 for any person to think dating an HIV positive person is what's the word? It's is a socially degrading thing, you know. There's nothing degrading about dating a person who's HIV, you know. It would just be a show of that they are ignorant. If anyone tells you that they wouldn't date someone who's HIV positive, they're clearly ignorant, and they don't know what HIV is, and they've never done their research. So, yeah, So if you know what HIV is, and if you've done your research, then you don't even need to do a lot of research nowadays concerning HIV, you know, because HIV only remains as some.
Tell us
briefly. Yeah.
2 minutes.
Okay. Why I would date?
The scientific aspect of HIV.
Okay. So HIV.
2 minutes.
Okay, two. Okay. So
Yeah.
So HIV, in very lay terms.
Yes, lay terms, obviously.
It's I can say it's not a disease, right? It's a condition that affects the human immune system, right? So hence it's called the human immunodeficiency virus. So what it does is it makes the human immune system deficient. It weakens the immune system, right? So basically, it is not a disease as compared to, you know, to other disease like what, like maybe TB or flu, you know, a disease that actually causes symptoms in your body, right? Yeah, with HIV, honestly, it's just your immune system being deficient and then your body responding to that. So that's all there is to HIV. And hence we have, I think I'll also delve into this as well. Hence we have ARVs, right? So ARVs are there to try and mitigate the problem of someone who's infected with HIV and having a deficient immune system, right? So they try to help the immune system, you know, in terms of strengthening the immune system again and making the virus or the viral load in your body ineffective in trying to weaken your immune system further.
Okay.
Right? So that's what it is in a nutshell, really. So I think you know nowadays that if you take ARVs, what you're going to have ultimately is you're going to be stronger and your viral load is going to be very low, even to a point of being undetectable.
Even to a point of conceiving.
Yeah. So that means a healthy person, if I should, that's not even the right way to say it, you know.
A healthy person, because you have to, what you put in your body, it contributes to.
Yeah, but I'm in the context of HIV though, it's tricky because someone can be HIV positive and be healthy, you know. So then someone who's HIV negative is not in any way different from anyone who's HIV positive, but having a good what do you call it? Having a good immune should I say, having a good immune system functionality or whatnot, right? So I would say they are the same people, except that the other one was said to be HIV positive. Because if they would go now for a test, it would show that they're HIV negative because the viral load is low, right? So that's the tricky part. Yeah. So then, so that's why dating someone who's HIV positive shouldn't be an issue at all. Yeah, because that you won't get infected by the disease. It won't affect you in any way. You still have kids. You'll have a normal life just like you'd have with someone who is HIV negative. So it shouldn't be a big deal at all. You know, yeah. So we should just do away with the social stigma. Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Personally, because we're keeping it 100.
Yeah.
We're keeping it 100.
Yeah. So do you feel like because sometimes I feel like people's personalities, if there's such thing.
Yeah.
People's personalities are so uninformed sometimes, you know.
They
Like,
are.
personally,
No, they are.
Personally, I wouldn't do
The
it.
thing is, they are driven by how you were raised,
Exactly.
your experiences,
Exactly.
your fears.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because
I don't know. And I don't know. Part of it as well. I know this is very shallow.
just say it anyway. Say it's fine. You're not the only shallow one.
Because I know there's a time when the viral load is low,
Yep.
right? And then it does increase.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, am I using a condom with my husband?
No, you don't have to if the viral load is low.
But when it increase?
No, it won't increase if they're taking their tabs, their medicine. So it's not going to increase if they're taking their medicine. And nowadays you don't have to take ARVs as frequently as you have to in the past. Yeah, so I think you take it once a day. Is it once?
It's once, yes.
Once a day, right?
One tablet.
Yeah, so back in the day it was like 3 times. It was tiring. You take it in the morning, take it in the afternoon, take it in the evening, right? But nowadays things are easier. So you just take one. I hope they do the same thing with the vaccine. You just take one jab.
It's 2 jabs, but now there's a booster jab. Hey,
And then I hope guys, no, this thing is hey.
Okay. Let's move.
Okay, so yeah, so that's it. So if they don't stop and they keep healthy, and there's no way you're gonna contract the disease. So
Yo, angas.
and I wanted to touch on, before we move on, right? There's the issue of strains as well. COVID strains, right? Like now you have Omicron.
We're going back to COVID. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you have Omicron. You used to have like what? Delta and the other ones, right? So as I'm saying, this whole thing is just politicized, because now with HIV, do you know how many strains of HIV you have? Strains of HIV. I think you get to like, is it the ones that have been thoroughly studied? I think it's like, is it 50,000 or somewhere? Yeah, it's a lot of them, and they're even in groups and subgroups. Yeah, so and a person can actually be infected twice.
Yes.
They can contract HIV, one, which would be the first strain, and then another HIV strain in one body.
That I know.
Yeah, so that's why it's possible. It's possible because it's basically 2 strains, 2 types of HIVs in a single body. So there's nothing really surprising about the strains they're telling us on COVID-19, really, because these things have been in existence for the longest time. They just don't talk about them as much with the other diseases. So nothing should really make you afraid. Honestly, nothing. Strains have been, because someone will be like, oh, there's a new strain. No, don't panic. In fact, it's a good thing that you're having more and more and more strains.
Why?
Because in epidemiology, right, there's what they call the alpha stage of a pandemic. So it needs to evolve and evolve and evolve until it gets to a beta stage. So yeah, so we're not yet on the beta stage of COVID-19, or I should say we do not yet have the last strain, so to say, or the most developed strain, if I may put it that way, right? But we will get to that point where you'll have a strain that will be more like your flu, and that will be it. Yeah, so that's epidemiology, guys. You can do your research.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's move on to a lighter topic.
Okay. Is this heavy?
It is heavy.
Heavy,
It
guys?
is heavy.
We can go deeper.
No.
Let's go a bit. Let's delve deeper. Okay. I'm joking.
No. Okay, let me pour myself some wine.
Yeah.
Saint Anna. It is 44 rand.
Yeah.
44 rand.
44 rand.
44 rand a bottle.
That's a lot for wine. Guys, no.
44 rand is nothing.
Guys, no. I mean, I want to spend 10 rand in this thing.
Oh my god. Okay.
44?
No,
Okay.
No.
Well, it's fine.
No.
It's fine.
Mjolo Musa.
Let's go into Mjolo. You want us to talk about Mjolo?
Let's go into Mjolo.
Okay.
I think Mjolo can be interchangeable with
Dating?
what did you say it was?
I forgot.
There's a phrase you used.
Guys, I forgot the
There's
phrase.
a phrase you used.
Oh, I forgot.
Masculinity something?
Oh, toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Yes, it's interchangeable. So we're
Yeah.
going to be speaking about toxic masculinity as well as Mjolo.
Yeah.
He's just not that into you. Guys, Musa was dropping gems when I was busy doing my makeup.
Yeah.
Dropping gems.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, guys.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because Tina, when we date, guys, we siholwa I got the mantomazana. Siholwa I feeling. Siholwa I faith. Siholwa I hope.
And we know that as men.
And that gets us absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Because you have faith, you have hope.
And this thing just doesn't work out the way you expected, right?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, it's
Talk to me.
okay, in my mind, right? Mjolo and dating are not the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're not. So basically,
But I need to. You and I know. You and I have discussed, and you and I have discovered.
yeah,
We understand. Mjolo / relationship
yeah,
is not dating.
yeah.
But
it's
other
not.
people,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
When I start calling you baby, it's baby.
Exactly. So they're not the
When
same.
we have had sex, siyajola.
Exactly.
So okay, now let's explain.
Yeah.
But I want you to drop these gems. Okay,
No,
first
don't worry, they'll come.
they coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you guys.
Huh?
And it's not always been like that. I'm not trying to be like a what you call
I don't know. You tell us.
Miss know-it-all or Miss like a prude.
Yeah.
I haven't always been a prude.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say
No. I think no one.
I've
No one has
always
been.
known.
Even you guys haven't been. So
Yeah. So
we're the same. Siafana lab.
my experiences
Yeah.
have drawn me into the space of boundaries
Yeah.
/ being a prude, whatever. It's okay. You can call me whatever you want to call me. And that's just it. I don't want to sugarcoat it. There's no further explanation, but my experiences and what I've discovered works and doesn't work. So what the way I am navigating my dating and mjolo life is there's dating. And it doesn't involve you coming to my house. No.
Yeah, of
Don't
course.
come to my house.
That's proper dating.
It doesn't involve me coming to your house. I don't want to come to your house. What am I doing at your house?
Maybe to
But baby, when
help me decorate my.
when am I seeing you? Are you sick?
Like just to help me out with my,
Are you injured? Why am I coming to
I
your house?
am.
Why am I seeing you?
I am injured.
When are you coming? To do what?
To help fix my testosterone level.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So it doesn't involve those two things.
Yeah.
For me. It involves us being outside. Like if you can't afford being outside.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't.
Not me. Not me.
Okay.
Musa, no.
Okay.
Musa, if you can't afford being outside, not me.
Everybody can afford being outside, guys. Like it's just being outside, right? Is it not? Is it not? Is it not?
But I see hike every time.
Guys, no, we're not gonna
I
hike.
hike every time. I see a botanical gardens every time.
Guys, no.
It's on a picnic.
Ah.
It requires picnic
Aye.
things, picnic setup. Okay?
No, guys.
If you can't afford picnic setup, not me. Not me. Not me.
Yeah, so here's my opinion about this. Okay, so the trouble is for women, okay, the trouble is men know the game, right? And they know how to play it well. And for the most part, for most men, sorry guys. Now you're very happy that I'm gonna expose my gender here. Okay? But for most men,
I'm bringing you guys a Steve Harvey. That's all I'm saying.
guys, no man.
Girls,
Feels
do
wrong.
not
Breaking the guy code on every level.
Do not leave. Don't leave.
Breaking the guy code on every level.
I see you. Don't leave.
So for the most part, dating for men is a game, and that's just the truth about it. That's how we were trained to think from a very young age. Society has some form of system that teaches the young men how to see a woman and how to approach a woman and how to talk to a woman and how a woman behaves, right? So we kind of know, not really kind of, I think I'm sugarcoating it, we know almost every time how you're going to react after we do a certain thing. Because we were taught to, you know, to actually know and to actually know what to say and know what to do. Right? So that's part of the problem. So when you're saying that you want a guy, right, who will take you out, and if he's taking you to a picnic, you want him to bring picnic things.
Set up.
We know that, and we know that's how you put a bait on the fish hook, right? Yeah. So we use these things as bait. If I am to be honest, we use these things as bait. So you wanting a certain setting for a date, you know, we prepare for it in time. We save the money for it. So we just do enough things to get you emotional enough. You know where I'm going, right? So we just do enough things to get you emotional enough to be vulnerable and to open up and to let us in. And that's where the trouble is. So that means that if you are going to get a man successfully, you must change your strategy. You must at least be in par with his knowledge of you. You know, at least you must know at least enough about a man. If you are going to try and find a man, the same way that he's trying to find you. Because the trouble is you do not know his intentions. So he may be coming to, you know what I mean. You got that, right?
We know what you mean.
Yeah. I actually said it.
Okay.
Like a rapper. Yeah.
Subliminal messages.
Exactly. You're
But
happy.
it's sex. It's sex.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
sex.
I think I'm the civil one here.
It's sex.
I'm the one that's trying to use some euphemism, guys.
Okay. Musa, tell us.
Yeah.
I gave an example. I'm not going to tell the whole story now because it was a big topic when I was doing my face.
Yeah.
I met a guy, Zulu man.
Yeah.
We all know Zulu men are grounded. Zulu men are respectful.
Just like
Zulu
Venda
men
Man, guys.
uphold
How
their
about Venda
women.
Man? How about Venda Man?
My experience with vendor men is not the best, Musa. I'm not gonna lie. You're actually the first vendor man that I get along with a lot.
Okay.
Vendor man, hey,
Eish, vana va xihulu gamara. Ngo swi ku fumini nga ri na. Arso go kondelela.
like you've got a what's this English word?
Yeah. Just say it in Zulu.
You guys believe you're kings
Aren't we?
to your wives
I mean, to the whole
and your
world.
mothers
That doesn't kill.
and your mothers.
I mean, am I a king to my mom? No, not really. I'm a kid. I'm a child to my mom.
Hey man, you guys. Hey.
So tell us about the Zulu men. You can continue.
Okay, Zulu men.
Yeah.
They respectful and grounded, wholesome.
I'm jealous.
We
Okay.
are, our Zulu men. Oh, he disappointed me though.
Yeah.
But our Zulu men are known for respecting virginity, the purity of a woman.
Okay.
They are infamous for ukshela,
Oh yeah.
courtship.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially Ukshela. That part.
waiting, courting, going back, and winning,
I remember going to gym.
which results in marriage, not
Guys.
this
Mara-
other thing
Mara is true.
you guys are doing now.
You know.
And they infamous for courtship, waiting,
Okay.
and going back.
Yeah.
Being rejected, going back.
Yeah.
Hey, angazi ngithola umzulu onjani mina.
What happened?
He was all of that. Remember, you know, he was all of that. He was all of that until after the third date. He asked me to cook for him. I cooked for him because he had been such a well-mannered man,
What did you do?
and I was like,
Was that some form of a reward or something?
no. He asked. He was like, please cook for me.
Why?
And I thought, Musa, he asked. And I thought, oh, he's like a traditional Zulu man. He wants to know if I can cook. You know, isn't this njalo? And I was like, no, it's chill. Like, I can cook. I can cook.
Okay.
I can cook.
Okay.
I mean, I can spend hours in the mirror and look like this.
Mm-hmm.
I can also cook. So I was like, cool.
So you cooked for him.
Yes.
Dating stage, right?
Yes.
Cooked for him.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's continue.
And that, in that account, he wanted to have sex. And I said,
Oh.
no.
Yeah.
So, yes, I've invited you into my home, but I invited him into my home because of how he made me feel.
Yeah.
He made me feel safe.
Yeah.
He made me feel like he was willing to take things at the pace that I wanted to go in.
Okay.
And I told him, listen, when I date, sex is not involved. That is how I would like to do dating now, to do mjolo now.
Yeah, that's how dating should be like. Hence I said they're different, you know?
And
yeah.
fast forward 3 days later, he said, I get a text, let's not pursue anything. I don't like girls who use sex to get relationships. Talk to me.
Girls who use sex to get relationships.
Yes.
That's a very bad blackmail.
Yes.
Because how can you use sex to get a relationship? Oh, okay, I get what he's saying. What he's saying is you're making him wait so that you can score a relationship with him.
Yes.
Using sex.
Yes. That he was gonna get as my boyfriend.
Yeah.
One day.
But he doesn't want to get it as your boyfriend.
No.
Because... Oh, now I see. So his win was actually getting it before he becomes your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So basically we know that he wanted sex, right? Mm-hmm. Do we agree with that? Mm-hmm. Do we agree? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So we know that he wanted sex. So now, let's talk about... Where do I start?
Talk to us.
Do I start with what I think... You said he was a nice guy, right?
He was sweet.
He was sweet.
He was nice.
Amazing.
Never touched me inappropriately. We
Whoa.
never spoke about sex, which is
Whoa.
not my experience.
He opened doors for you.
Because sometimes, man, he's still Zulu.
How sweet was he? Like,
I mean, he's still Zulu.
what kind of sweet? What? Because sometimes you might find out you just liked him,
thoughtful.
and then
Like-
you just thought he was sweet because you liked him.
Okay, I did like him.
No.
But
Okay.
he was
Like, give me absolute things.
he would check up. There was a day where he was busy the whole day.
Okay.
And you know me if you're pursuing me and you think I'll be asking you how your day is,
Yeah.
nah.
Okay. So.
I wait for you to set the tone, Musa.
Okay. Well,
Set the tone
that
for
makes
us.
sense a bit. Oh.
Set the tone for us. I guess that's how I want you to show how far you're willing to go
Yeah.
in terms of our communication. Not anything else, our communication.
Okay.
So, if he wouldn't say anything, I wouldn't say anything. And that was the first week.
Okay.
We started talking. The first week he got my number. After we went on the first date.
Yeah.
And I remember that day, I was so...
So before we talk about your feelings and everything, right? I want you to tell me absolute things.
He would check in. Hey, how are you? He would check up on me. There's
But
a day.
the sweet part, what really made you feel like he was sweet?
That!
He was just checking up on you like any guy would if he wanted you.
I'm gonna say he was sweet.
But isn't that your interpretation of this whole situation that you were in because you liked him? That's possible, right? That is really possible. So because I think for the most part, for the people we like, you know, we tend to be blinded in that they are doing the right thing.
That,
Yeah.
as well as not being pushy in terms of,
Okay.
he didn't touch me inappropriately. We never had inappropriate conversations.
Okay.
He never ever spoke about
because
sex.
inappropriate you mean sex?
Yes, sex.
Okay, you never spoke about it. You never asked for it before.
He never brought it up. I will never bring it up because I'm not there. I don't see myself having sex with you after the first date, after the second date, or after the third
But
date.
if a man would
Now.
want to talk about sex with you on the first date, does that mean they aren't sweet to you personally?
Almost as tricky.
No, it's just a random question. No, it's just a random question,
it's a
guys.
scam now. It's a scam. scamming me. Musa is scamming me.
Because I
Musa,
honestly...
I need to, you want you want detailed reasons. It's because of that. I appreciated that a lot.
He was reaching out. I wasn't
think
pushy. He
a
didn't
lot
talk
of
about
women
sex.
who are deemed as desirable
Yeah.
will tell you that sex is always a topic. Like, noma ingangeni, noma, like, you think, no, sex ayingeni la.
Yeah.
Bayifaka. And no,
Yeah.
ayingeni.
Okay.
Anikho lapho.
No, I get you.
So-
I think basically you're saying he was a decent man.
He was a decent man.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was a decent man.
Okay, he was a decent man.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me.
Yeah, he was a decent man. So I'd say that if, because I think it's a bit, unfortunately, on the feminine side, it's hard to know a man's intentions just by how sweet he was to you, right? Like if he opened the door for you, or if he calls you babe, or if whenever he looks at you, you know, he looks deep into your eyes and maybe says a few sweet words. You know, that does not really guarantee that he's a good man. He's doing all the good things, but that doesn't give you an overall picture of that he's actually a good man, or that he'll be a good man in the long run. So sweetness shouldn't be what you look for, really. Decency, yes. Hence I said he was a decent man, because he didn't bring up things like sex, you know, all those things you mentioned. But then in terms of sweetness, because that's tricky, right? If you're looking for a sweet man, we know how to be sweet. Like we were taught we need to be sweet. Do you get this? Like if we want to win you over, we have to be sweet, right? We have to have phrases, right? We have to have pick-up lines, right? It's part of the arsenal that we use to get a woman, right? So if a woman is looking for a sweet man, unfortunately, you are going to find him, but that may not last, you know. Because in most cases, if a man... So decency is a good thing. You look for decency, yes, that's good, right? But you're not done. Now you must probe for character traits.
How do you, okay, how?
Yeah, so there are intrinsic values that everybody holds, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
before we go into that,
Yeah.
Musa, because, let me just fix the lighting.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Because you said to me that whatever a man does,
Yeah.
according to what his intentions are. So if his intentions are pure, if his intentions are to get to know you, if his intentions are to make you his girlfriend,
Yeah.
that's set aside. But
Yeah.
if his intentions are not so pure, if his intentions are to sleep with you and then maybe decide after, hey, am I not? You
Yeah.
know, then he makes you feel a certain way.
Yeah, that's the goal.
He, being sweet, being understanding, being thoughtful, is meant to make you feel a certain way.
That's for sure.
Which must result in you sleeping with him.
Yeah.
So when a man is manipulating you,
Yeah.
how do I get to know or try to figure out what his character is?
Well,
Because we are playing a game.
yeah, but make sure that the ball is on you. You are the one with the ball.
How?
Well, the way you make sure is, for example, if a man, so this guy will be sweet and decent and all that,
Yes.
right? So you asking, how do I know from all of that he's a good man?
Yes.
You don't try to look at it from what he's doing. You won't find it there, right?
Where will I find it?
You have to probe. You on your side have to do the probing. He's also probing. You have to do the probing as well. You know, he's probing to find out which doors are open and which doors are closed for him to do this. Can he get away with this? Can, you know, all of those things. So, for example, when he asked to come to your house, he was probing. He was trying to find out, can I be allowed into such a space? If yes, then that means I can be allowed into that other space. So he kept on probing until he found out that he will not be ultimately allowed into. You'll finish. So yeah, see. So then there's the probing on your side as a woman now. You have the same responsibility to look for a man as a man has the same responsibility to look for a woman. Yeah, so that means you do the character probing that I'm talking about. You know, you look for certain character traits. So that's what I'm going into. So now the things you need to find out, right? So you start from we start from the bottom, from the top. When we dive into an ocean, we start from the top. Yes.
Yes.
So you start from the top, the general things. Yeah, like what kind of person is he, right? But you don't ask that question directly, because if you try to ask that question directly, he will tell you all the nice things you want to hear. So you probe for such things.
Tell us.
How's your mom doing? Where are your siblings? Right? Then if he will tell you, oh, my mom is at home, then if you start saying she's a nuisance, then you know the kind of a person you're dealing with. Right? Where are your siblings? Are they at school? If no, if yes, you try and find out the family dynamic that he's exposed to.
Okay.
Right? And the kind of love he gives to his immediate family. If he doesn't give that to his immediate family, he's not going to give that to you. Yeah, so that's how you probe, because you're looking for something lifelong, right? You're not just looking for something that's going to last for a month. So you look for those traits that are going to tell you that he's going to be a lifelong person, like he's going to be your lifelong partner. He's going to probably stick with you for the rest of your life and love you the right way. Don't try and make yourself the exception. Yeah, so the moment you start thinking you're the exception and you take yourself from the generic and you're like, oh, I'm the exception. He likes me. He loves me. That's why he's doing all these things for me. No, you're wrong. You're not that special. Right? If his mom is not as special to him, or his siblings are not as special to him, or if he has kids, because sometimes it happens that you meet a man who has kids. Does he love his children? Does he give attention to his children? What does he say about his baby mama? Right? What does he say about his exes? You know, those kind of things will tell you the kind of man you're dealing with.
Tell me though, what about a man who loves his family?
Yep.
Says good things about his family. Says
Yeah.
heartwarming, wholesome things about his parents, about his siblings, but still does not have good intentions with me, Zama.
Well, it depends because sometimes I think there's when women want a man to know everything, and that can be a problem as well. When women say good intentions, I think sometimes they mean that they want a man who will guarantee them a future without pain or without possibility of heartbreak, right? And a man can have all the good intentions with you, but let's be honest, you can also not be the type of a woman that he wants to marry. So he may have all the good intentions.
Musa, you're not answering my question.
Well, I am answering your question.
You're not?
Only that you want to be on the good side.
Musa, this man does not have good intentions with me.
Yeah.
He wants to hit it and quit it.
Okay, then the question is more clear.
But he loves his parents. He worships his mom.
Yeah.
He loves his siblings.
Yeah.
He is active in their lives.
Yeah.
He says good, wholesome things about them.
Mm-hmm. He'll give you hints.
Tell me about those hints.
That he's not interested. Okay, if he's overly sweet, that should be a problem. If he's not as vulnerable to you at a personal level, you know, telling you about very personal stuff that he's been through or that he's going through, you know, then that's a red flag. If he's a very sweet person without ever really telling you real stuff that he's dealing with in real time, you know, not just about his job and how much money he makes, because sometimes that's just a flex, right? Yeah, but when he's telling you about heartfelt things that he's going through, his vulnerabilities, his weaknesses, when he's exposing those to you, then you know that you're dealing with a genuine person. If he's overly perfect, there's a problem. Right? He shouldn't be overly perfect. If he's too perfect for a man and it's like your dream guy, wow, he's everything I've been looking for.
God.
Everything you've been looking for.
God has answered my prayers.
God has answered your prayers. You know, that's a problem.
Hey.
So perfection is not in that someone is morally fits the social narrative of what a perfect person should be
Musa,
like.
tell us about the game.
You know, so now the game.
Tell us about the game.
He'll give you clues.
Okay, don't get too much into detail because we don't want to use up all of Steve Harvey's Junior's wisdom. You know,
Yeah.
touch on the game.
Well, now let's talk.
Touch on the game. Give us what we need to know.
Yeah.
to not get our hearts broken for the next 6 months of 2022. What do we need to know?
To not get your
And
hearts
then
broken.
more videos. Yes, Musa. Me,
Jesus Christ.
specifically me. And then
Oh,
we'll have
man.
more videos where you drop us those gems. I give you scenarios, you drop us those gems. I give you situations I can't get over, you drop those gems.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
over the situations.
To not get your heart broken in the next 6 months.
Tell me what
What you need to do.
I need to do.
I think number one,
Yo,
um,
don't expose me too much.
okay, I won't. But I think,
I'm joking.
I think
Lay
you-
it to me thick. Lay
I
it on
think
me thick.
look for genuineness. You know.
Let me charge this phone. Okay, so where were you?
So I was actually talking about what was your question again? You said
Okay.
you wanted.
Drop me
Yeah.
a gem.
Yeah.
Give me those gems so that for the next 6 months, I don't get my heart broken. The next 6 months of 2022, I don't want to cry. I don't want to get my heart broken. I want to know, like, Uguti,
Oh,
La-
man.
it's going that direction, and I'll go a different direction.
Okay.
So you can use whatever analysis you've made of me. It's fine. My subbies are getting to know me. They'll soon get to know
Yeah.
whatever analysis you've gotten to know about me. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
I'd say review your preferences. Review your preferences.
Specifically, which preferences?
Specifically the preference of getting a man who can take you out on a picnic. That's the first one you need to ditch. I think that's the
So
first
what
one.
must I do?
Well-
If Musa, we are both have the same understanding of dating before a relationship.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if
definitely.
this person can't, what are we gonna do when we date?
Well, the fact that someone can't afford taking you out on a date to day does not mean they're not a good person, or they wouldn't make a suitable mate for you in the long run. So you just need to look for the right traits, right? So for example, let me give an example. Okay, I've been broke too. I won't pretend. I've been broke too, and I've been.
Musa, what are we doing?
We
outside?
actually.
What will we be doing outside?
Okay, so this is the problem, okay, that I see with dating or the dating culture, especially in the African context. The problem, for the most part, is it's all about what can I afford for this person or what can I buy to impress this person. So we as men feel this burden to throw and impress them.
No, Musa.
No, so I just want to explain. You said I can use whatever analysis, right? So this is the one. The uncomfortable ones are the ones that are going to keep you from heartbreak.
Musa, answer me. What will we be doing outside?
So I'm going there. So basically,
Okay.
when food is involved and a lot of impressums are involved, right? The problem is the focus becomes me trying to impress you, right? With the food that I buy you, with the setting that I take you to. And as a man, that contributes to my ego, to my overall ego, right? Yeah, that is the truth.
Personally, if
Yeah.
you won't get an emlomen,
Yeah.
personally,
Yeah.
you can take me out on one good date,
Yeah?
one good fine dining date.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But how much will that cost?
Uh,
You don't want to know, right?
1,000.
That thousand. Because on my side, you want to be taken out and you want to be, I don't know, should I say?
One.
Yeah, 1,000 rand. Because that's what, this is part of the reason why most women don't come. This is one of the reasons why most women don't come across good men. It's because they are looking for the wrong thing, right? The fact that a man can afford a date does not mean that he will make a good man. The fact that he can't afford a date does not mean he won't make a good man. You must just look for the right things.
Okay, Musa, but you will lead me as a man. A man will direct me.
I'm still directing you even if I'm not taking you out to a date where I have to pay money.
No. We're now talking about this date thing
Yeah.
and where we're going. And it's
Yeah, that's for sure.
so I never, let me say this, I never say, baby, let's go here. Especially if we're dating. We're not even, Marasam, we do use our baby, you know.
Yeah.
Abanye, we don't use our baby. It depends on the communication.
Yeah.
But, laba si basebenzisa yabo baby.
Yeah.
I will never say, baby, let's go to Saint.
Yeah.
Baby, let's go to Jamali. No.
Of course.
I've never.
Of course.
And there's a man who actually said to me, so like, as a first date, where would you like want to go? And I said, I don't know. What do you think?
That's a very difficult question.
I will never.
Give it back to
because
men.
I want to observe. I want to understand what I'm walking into.
But
so
the point I'm trying to make is
never
this.
suggest, Musa, I never suggest to go to let's go here. Mara, if you are taking me to Spare, I will definitely say, kukalama game lana, abantwana bayigijima.
Well, the problem with that is
parents are screaming over tables, calling their children.
The problem with that is what you don't realize is that you're looking for a husband here, right? Someone you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And you're using this single event to judge potentially a lifetime experience with this person, right?
It's not single event. My sister has 4 children. I've been to Spare for years.
Doesn't matter.
For years, I'm done with Spare.
And the problem with preferences is we tend to make a lot of them about us, right? So, for example, maybe in my lifetime, personally, I've been to Spare not more than 5 times.
Yes,
Personally.
in Doida.
So to me, that may be the fanciest place I'm thinking about.
In Doida,
right?
Doida must not dine at Spare.
So that may be the fanciest place.
No, it can be.
I can think about,
and if you
honestly.
If you think it is, it's not, Musa.
Well, I know it's not, but to me personally,
No.
hence I said personally.
No.
You know, so if I'm taking you out, I may have the preference for Spare, and you're having a preference for Kolkakio.
Yeah, when you ask me,
Yeah.
and you say Spare, I will say, no, it won't be appropriate. Like,
Why?
we won't. Spare.
And what if you lose a good man? Because what if you're losing a good man? What if you're losing a good man and not
happy
being a
birthday
proper husband?
No, it can be. It can be.
It can be.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I think in our generation, one of the challenges we've I don't know, we no longer consider the things that matter.
When it comes to this.
Yeah, we don't agree with this
When
one.
it comes to the chunks.
We don't agree. We don't agree.
So we don't
That's for
agree
sure.
when it comes to the chunks.
That's for sure.
We don't.
So in my opinion, honestly, I think, because I've had circumstances, for example, right, where I wanted to go on a date with a lady that I really like.
Yes.
And at that time, I'm so broke. Yet I know.
Then don't.
No, listen, I like this woman.
Don't.
I shouldn't.
No.
But do you know what she would be losing in the process of me not doing that?
But where are we going?
No, listen.
What are we doing? Okay, let me not say
you,
where we're
you
going.
You said you wanted.
What are we doing?
Exactly. That's a good question. I think that's a better question than.
Because I don't want to come into your personal space. I don't want you to come into
not a
my
problem.
personal space. We are dating.
That isn't a problem.
What are we going to be doing if you really, really, really like me?
Yeah.
You really, really want to spend time with me, get to know me, but you broke.
The purpose of dating
that time
is not... Okay, let me talk about what the purpose of dating is. It is to get to know each other, right?
Einstein.
Yeah, to get
Dodging the question.
No, we're getting to know each other here. So the purpose of going out on a date is not taking you out to a certain restaurant to try to impress you in a certain way.
Yes.
It is to create a space where I can get to know you.
Yes.
Where we can have a conversation.
Yes.
Right? That's what it's about.
Yes.
So here I am, I want to take you out on a date, but I'm broke and I like you.
Yes.
I just want to get to know you. Mm-hmm. Why can't I just get you on my car, then we take a drive and, go as far as we can, and we just be conversing and talking and stopping by and chilling by some place and, talking and continue with our journey, and then we come back. Why not?
Yes, ice cream dates, yes.
That's not an ice cream date. No, I don't mean ice cream date. I mean
Musa ungenza umuntu omubi, ungenza umuntu omubi.
guys.
Umusa ungenza umuntu
So
omubi.
this is where...
I'm all for ice cream dates.
No, not an ice cream date. I don't mean an ice cream date.
No, but on the drive, what are we doing? What are we eating? We're not eating anything. Musa.
I think your love for food will betray you.
Musa, mina, like, I can't be in the presence of a daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm not Something.
You're not eating.
Something.
You know, and that's why. And honestly speaking, that's why in our in our generation, there are a lot of expectations from both sides. Right?
And that's the thing. I feel like.
No, it can't, guys. No. Take
Abafana
money
to
out of the equation.
Abafana to bring money in the equation. It is.
Take money out of the equation.
X no Y. It is not X no Y, Musa.
It
Even
is.
if I was alone.
It
Even
is.
if I was alone. When I drive to Rustenburg, Musa, I know I gotta have snacks. I know I gotta have biltong. I know I gotta have
it is quite an
sweets.
attribute for
Me
a woman.
alone.
Yeah, but there's something.
It is absolutely not about your money, Musa. I can take myself to Germany.
Of course, it's not about
Musa,
my
I
money,
can
but I
buy
don't have
myself
it now.
Lays and biltong and what. I mean, I can't do it every weekend.
It's not about my money, but I don't have it now.
I can.
I don't have it now. So the point I'm trying to make is, forget about these physical, visible things, right?
Food is not
And
physical
look for
visible.
something deeper in a man. If you don't look for that, you're gonna get the wrong man all the time. Because men who are up to impressing you, it's a lot of us. Trust me, we don't mind.
Musa, food
Right?
is
Even
life.
if we take a loan to take you out, we'll do it.
Musa, food is life.
Food is life.
Yes.
Of course, you can
It's
eat
not-
before you come to see me. Okay, that's a joke. Okay,
It is
that's an
not.
absolute joke. But
It is not.
But the point that I'm trying to make,
Why
guys.
did he say his Instagram handle was? His Facebook handle was?
No, my Facebook username is Musa Mavin Maringa.
Marvin Maring.
Yes.
You must eat before you go on a date with him.
Well, no, of course not. Those I've taken out on dates know that no. You know what? If I'm in a good condition financially, of course I'm gonna take you out and stuff. And I'm gonna plan for it, of course.
Okay,
I
I'm
am.
very
But-
passionate about this one, Musa, because believe it or not, I know we're talking in circles now. We are a circus now.
Yeah, right now.
Going in
of course.
circles. Okay, we gonna have to agree to disagree
Yeah,
on camera.
yeah,
But I'm gonna have a lengthy conversation with you, Musa, off camera.
yeah.
About this chunks discussion. Because
Money, right?
when it comes to the chunkers, Musa and I, we are not on the same page. We are not
No, we're
finding
not.
each other.
We're not.
But it's fine.